Before we start the strategic planning process and before we start writing a strategic plan, we need to think about how we organize this process. And keep in mind that there are some people who must be involved. First, starting with the top management of the company. The CEO should be involved. All the high-level managers should be involved. Board members, if you have them, they should be involved. Investors, if you have them, they should be involved. So all these high levels, top levels of management of the company must be involved in the strategic planning process. Otherwise, it makes no sense for the strategic planning process to be done by somebody else. And if these people are involved, then you get their commitment, which is also very important, so that the strategic planning process gets the commitment of the high-level management of the company. In addition, you need to involve stakeholders, and here you're going outside of the top management. You need to include other people. It could be experts on the field or members of your market, customer groups or something like that. It could be something that you think has a strategic importance, and these people are usually providing you another viewpoint from the outside, which helps you to double check that you're on the right track. And keep in mind that all the stakeholders involved, including all the groups that I mentioned here, will need to see commitment. They will also want information. They will want to have proper communication. Also, they require that the time during the strategic planning process is used very effectively. And also, they will want to see continuity, because a strategic plan is not a document you prepare once and never again. You have to revisit it several times, and every time you do, you need to involve all of the people that are involved. Now, how do you do this? There are many ways to do strategic planning. Some companies prefer to organize sessions, and some of them do it in the office because they feel that there they have everyone and they can organize themselves quickly. Others feel that they need to be in a remote location, somewhere outside of the office, somewhere in a nice, relaxed environment, so that people feel that they can contribute freely without the pressure or interruptions that you get on day-to-day work during the office hours. So you can choose your own method. You can stay in country or out of the country. It depends on your budget as well. But if you can organize a session where all the stakeholders are invited, and they can contribute with their ideas and contributions. However, this session must have a moderator, and it must be organized very effectively, because, as you know, when you organize business brainstorming sessions, topics can change rapidly. People can start going on and off on different topics outside of the agenda, and that will drag on. And people need to be very effective here, and that's why a moderator is required, so that they can steer the discussion on the right aspects of the strategic plan. And you want to talk about very concrete things. You want to talk about things which are part of the strategic plan. Also, don't forget that you need to provide documents and information, and you need to collect the data before the session happens, and also try to plan in advance. Now, organizing the strategic planning session will require you to think ahead of time, to prepare the right documentation, to make sure the right people are invited, and also to make sure that they can attend and contribute in a session where it is organized properly. Nothing is worse than having a session and not having a proper organization, because in this way the people who are participating become very, very angry and very, very upset, because they do not have the right environment and the right setting in order to give their best contribution to the strategic planning process.